The importance of decent, safe, affordable housing to the stability of families and communities is unchallenged. Indeed, as individuals, communities, corporate and government bodies, we've made housing a public cause, a cause which ranks near the top in our hierarchy for meeting human needs. But all too often, those involved in policy development and in the various stages of planning, financing, and construction don't get to meet the people for whom the affordable housing is built. But we should, and we will. In the next few minutes, we'll venture past the ribbon cutting and handshaking to meet a broad range of people who've benefited from an expenditure of time, money, and human concern by the public and private sector alike. Theirs is the story of the true success of affordable housing, a story that goes beyond bricks and mortar, a story which reveals the hidden investments we're making toward changing people's lives.
I was paying rent that took about 2/3 of my income, and the rest of it was childcare. My parents helped me move back down to Lincoln, and I moved onto the couch in the basement for 4 or 5 months and lived with my 4 sisters and 2 brothers and my John and myself. We already realized that there was way too many people to begin with. Then I decided that I needed to get out, so then the program came through and I actually got to move out. I'm very excited. I can actually grow up and be a mom instead of being a kid again.
A chance to grow up. For a young single mother and her son, affordable housing can be the transition into a positive, mature adulthood.
Me and John can be together as a family instead of with grandparents and aunts and uncles who are also trying to boss him around, and we can get on with our lives.
Affordable housing is, most of all, an investment in family, an investment toward getting on with life in space which provides a feeling of identity, dignity, and self-worth.
When we first moved back from Kansas City, we had to live with my parents, and that was 4 of us down in the basement in 1 bedroom.
We're finally getting used to having a place to put everything that we own, whereas before we just didn't have the room. We had a lot of our stuff in storage.
Finding this apartment was a true blessing.
For young couples not settled in the job market, affordable housing is also primary support for the family structure.
Before we moved here, we were living in the basement of my parents' house, and there was about 14 of us all, maybe 12. I think there was 12 of us all. And it was very crowded. We put carpet up to make our own little walls, and I know when we first moved in here, like the first couple of nights, we were just like, we couldn't believe we had real walls, you know. It was weird for the first couple of weeks.
Having carpet as walls didn't give you very much privacy, but when we moved in here, it felt nice because we actually had walls and we were able to have more privacy.
Real walls, real space. For children, affordable housing becomes an investment in an environment that stimulates learning and growth.
The fact that we have more space, more room in our apartment than we had previously is especially beneficial with Ashley, our youngest. Now she can move around, get plenty of exercise, and she's a very active and healthy and well-adjusted little baby right at the moment, I think. Michael's a lot happier. He's got his own space, he's got his own room, and he can get away from the rest of us when he feels like he needs to, and I think that's important for a boy of his age who's just starting to know himself a little bit better.
Affordable housing brings the chance for not only children, but adults to know themselves better and to become more responsible and self-sufficient.
We're hoping that with this program that we'll be able to use the resources that are available to get us back on our feet, and hopefully we'll be able to get back into school and get some kind of college degree.
I feel like I'm working for something of my own, and when I go to work now, I've got a reason to go to work.
I got something that I'm working for, and I know I have to keep a job.
For many, affordable housing is the incentive to hang in there, to stay with a job. But for the handicapped, hanging in there is something else again.
I have a lot of arthritis, and I've had several joints removed and replaced and that kind of thing. So I really needed this kind of accessibility so that I wasn't going to have to go to a wheelchair. This is the only facility that I know of in the city of Lincoln that is available to live as independent and as separate as I am.
The ability to live independently, separately, is to have a kind of freedom that most of us take for granted. But for some, such as this Vietnamese mother, freedom can be a never-ending struggle.
My family live in a trailer. It's too expensive with my income. It must be, I pay about $365 a month. With my income only $364. And then on the cold weather, all the icy coming in a trailer. It's my kids are sick. It's too cold. And that's why I need housing. The first thing I would like to do is open my own shop. If after my business is running good, so I will buy my own house.
I will buy my own house. It's part of what we call the American dream. But making that dream affordable also brings a wide range of social benefits.
When we broke up, I went into an apartment, which was less than ideal, and I wanted to get back into a home again, especially for my kids. I wanted to make a home for my kids.
It's just such a lot less stress on us for this amount of space that we have, especially with the boys. I know they're very happy about it because they used to share a bedroom, and boys fight enough.
Yeah, I needed something structurally sound. I could fix drywall, I could paint, I could do a lot of little things. And affordability was a big factor.
Since we've moved into the house, I would say that everyone's attitude has changed 100%. We have more space, we're not on each other's nerves because we're not all cramped in. It's given us all a sense of pride. The boys get out and they'll mow, they'll rake, and everybody's putting in a little bit to do something. We're out in the yard planting flowers or vegetables. It's just given everybody a good sense of security and pride.
We've got a home here now instead of living in an apartment. I think it's made a significant difference in our lives.
Yes, our investment in affordable housing does make a significant difference. It's a difference which shines through all the meetings, all the blueprints and forms, all the interwoven public and private programs. A difference which goes beyond bricks and mortar to shine from the faces of those whose lives we touch and to reflect our challenge for tomorrow.
Now we'll have our own lives together, and we'll be able to be Mom and John instead of Mom and everyone else and John and everyone else. Huh.
Yeah.